So this video is going to be a little bit different in regards to what the content of it is going to be, because I've been seeing a lot of people who have not been the most excited for a Pokemon game kind of come out the woodwork and try to, like, you know, rain on my parade, because this is the first time in a long time that I've been excited for a Pokemon release, and it's a Pokemon Legends game. And if you guys know the history regarding me and Pokemon Legends, you should know why this game is such a big deal for me. But obviously not everybody, you know, shares that sentiment, and not everybody liked the game. So I understand that, like, you know, you're probably not excited for a Pokemon Legends ZA despite all the things that it could be, you know. And this video is just my personal reason why I'm excited for this game. Now I know I don't have to explain myself. I don't care about the haters or whatever. Ooh, trust me, I don't care. But if there's one thing I like to do is make money off of hate. So listen, if you hate the game, leave a like while you're here. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna be honest, it's gonna get a little bit emotional for a little bit at this time, but nothing too crazy. Trust me, I promise you it's not gonna be nothing like that crazy, I promise. But hi, my name is Nicholas, SacredAlmighty, whatever you want to call me, it is perfectly fine. And I have been doing YouTube for about, I want to say about 10 years now. I am 27 years old. I was on YouTube since I was about like 13, like 12, something like that. And I literally came around the time that, you know, Black and White 2 meta was just dying, and X and Y's content release was like going crazy. And it's so interesting to see that we're getting a Pokemon Legends X and Y game. You know what I'm saying? When, like 10 years after the fact, that it's so cool. It's so, like, you know, bringing it back. But, you know, I've been doing YouTube for a very long time, and at first this game was like, this channel was a variety channel. There was no YouTube algorithm. I didn't have to, like, you know, stick to one niche. I could literally upload whatever I wanted and it would get views. Sometimes it wouldn't. I was a small channel, but back then I was getting a decent amount of views for a small ass channel. I don't know what it was, I don't know why, but hey, who am I to complain? You know what I'm saying? But one thing stuck with me, and it was Pokemon. We did a ROM hack called Pokemon Fooligan that did really, really good. And then we did Pokemon Dark Rising, and that did really, really good. And ever since then, you know, everything that we touched that was Pokemon just did way better than everything else. And I was told back then by my friends who are no longer here, thankfully, that, you know, you should niche down. You should, like, you know, double down and go crazy, just go nuts on this Pokemon stuff. And, you know, me, I've always been a fan of Pokemon. If my friend Rollo was here, he'd tell you, because he's the biggest fan of Pokemon that I know. He literally is the reason why, he's the reason why I got into this stuff, you know what I'm saying? And so I did, right? For a very long time, I have, you know, I met amazing people, whether they were friends, fans. My family relationship at the time was the best, and like over time it's gotten amazingly better thanks to YouTube. Like, for those who don't know, there was a time when, like, I was like maybe like 16, 17, 18 years old. I was depressed for a very long time. I lost my uncle. I was not having, you know, a good time, but I needed like an outlet. And football wasn't really, like, you know, doing it for me. And I ended up finding YouTube, and I really just stuck to it. And I used to get into physical altercations with my family, just defending my love for this thing. And it's so interesting because this thing ended up becoming the most life-changing thing for me. And I'm happy to see that it paid off. But I've been doing it for so long, and eventually, you know, you get burnt out playing the exact same game over and over again. You get, like, you get burnt out just looking at the same pixels every now and then, the same cycle of news every now and then. I only had one channel, right? So, like, at the time, I was just playing Pokemon. There were times that I wasn't playing anything else, you know, because I was trying to, like, grow the channel or whatever. And around, like, 2019, I want to say my friend group kind of dispersed because of some drama. I'm not gonna get into it, but it really did do a number on my mental health, and it did a number on me and my emotions, because literally I was just like, you know, I'm losing my friends. I'm losing my drive to do YouTube. It's just not a good time. And I literally was just like going through a really, really emotional patch. And I think I was trying to find love in this again, because it's so hard to do something that you love as a job 24 hours. You know, it's so hard to stick to it. And so it's like, okay, cool. Then you got to worry about the analytical side of things. And you got to worry about, like, trying to have fun still, you know what I'm saying? And it's so hard to, like, get in and out and be, like, you know, the business guy, but then also the guy that wants to have fun. I still have, like, a 2013, 2014, maybe 16 YouTube mindset. So, like, all the things that, like, I've learned in the past, in the last 2 or 3 years, were all, like, foreign to me. So I had to accept those things, right? And it was hard for other people that were like long time subscribers of mine, or people who barely watch, to like adjust as well. Like there was times I would get in like arguments with like my viewers because of the titles that were like, you know, going on, and it's like, this is what YouTube likes. I'm doing what YouTube likes. What do you want me to do? And it felt like I could never satisfy anybody, including myself, because I felt weird doing it, you know? And so I want to say for about like, you know, from 2019 to about like 2021, I was just very, very burnt out on Pokemon. I was very burnt out on YouTube. I literally was just not in a good spot. And you know what's very funny about that is I remember at the time when I first saw Generation 4 remakes, I was happy because these are my favorite games. Like I love Diamond and Pearl, but obviously what we got was BDSP, and it was like, I cannot be that excited for this. And then right after that, we got Legends Arceus, and let's be honest, during that like news cycle, those games were not getting good news at all. People were not liking those games, and the people that were kind of like felt like they needed to defend themselves. For me personally, if you know the channel at the time, I was slandering everything about these games. I am a documented Pokemon BDSP, Pokemon Legends Arceus like naysayer up until release. I literally did not like these games at all. How they looked, the news that was coming out for them, I was one of the channels that were like, yo, no. And so BDSP came and went, and I eventually got Legends Arceus early. Shout out to Nintendo. Now, I got it 2 weeks early, and so I was able to play the game and enjoy the game for myself, because Pokemon games aren't that long. They run you about like maybe like 25, 30 hours. Maybe random 35, you get caught in like the side content, you know? So I had 2 weeks to be a 35-hour game. I can do that, you know? And can I just say, the very moment that I turned that damn switch on, all of the complaints, everything negative I've ever had to say, everything just went out the window. Pokemon Legends Arceus was one of the first times I've had fun with Pokemon outside of a Pokemon fan game and ROM hack for the last, I want to say, since Sun and Moon, because I didn't like Sword and Shield. I didn't like Legends Go like that, you know? I'm not a Pokemon Snap guy, so I couldn't really like, you know, capitalize off that. I mean, so maybe that's why I was burnt out the entire time. I was making content on games that I just wasn't like energetic about. But when I got Legends Arceus, it was so life-changing, dude. The gameplay loop to me was just really, really fun. I like the idea of playing through maybe like what, 5 to 6, maybe 7 wild areas, which at the time were like some of the biggest things in Pokemon. And then obviously I am a Sinnoh baby, so of course my Sinnoh bias is just there altogether. But it was really nice to see how they took these characters that we already know and love, gave them ancestors, and made them complete and polar opposites as to like, you know, the characters that we know and are already established in the lore. One of the things that like really got me like into Legends Arceus was the gameplay. Like I remember like going into, everybody has the exact same like thought, the exact same idea. When they go over into like, you know, after this is the first area, you go over to the left and you get really, really deep in it. Then you see Rapidash. Rapidash looks at you and he attacks you. Everybody has that exact same moment, and it's so cool. But like, imagine having the game 2 weeks early and you have multiple moments of those, you know? Matter of fact, I'm gonna leave my entire Legends Arceus like playlist in the description section below if anybody wants to watch it. But dog, I was in the mix. Now I understand a lot of people aren't really too fond of the agile and strong style, which makes sense. I get it, right? So like, I hope that like either they fix that or remove it all together and they just give us like regular Pokemon battles. But I'm gonna be real with you, there's nothing you can't beat running around in the area, throwing a Pokeball at a Pokemon without having to battle it, and or dodging a Pokemon's attack because you made him aggro you. That's crazy. That's phenomenal. I could literally go on a catching spree. I can go in an area and not battle a single soul and just toss a ball. Mind you, they had different balls for different occasions. And it was amazing hearing like all these remixes. Like I want you to know, I have a 10-hour version of the Jubilife theme literally on my computer just sitting here. I listen to it whenever I have like anxiety and like panic attacks and like that. It's so soothing, bro. Everything else was kind of just like, you know, either nitpicking or like, you know, you can kind of tell they weren't like really like a fan of like the battling. I get it, you know. Some people were mad about like, you know, the fact there was like no online, despite it being a single player game. Like I don't get it, but fine. Now look, I'm not gonna sit here and say Legends Arceus was the perfect game, but I can admit that, like, you know, the gameplay itself is just a whole different take on Pokemon, and I love that stuff. That's why I'm excited for Legends of ZA. I'm hoping they could come back and improve on the things that we didn't like in the game, which, mind you, were literally like a few things here and there. And I mean, what other region deserves this for real? It's Pokemon X and Y. These games have not been the best for a while. They never got the third version. Their legendary Pokemon got events skipped to Sun and Moon. It has some of the biggest lore in the franchise. You might be thinking, oh, Black and White has. No, it doesn't. Black and White just has the two brothers and Kyurem, that's it. Oh, the original dragon. What does that mean? We have a whole chance to explore a time period after the war. We get to see AZ again. Hopefully we can get, you know, AZ's Floette legally now. Hoopa Unbound, Diancie, Volcanion, maybe Magearna. We have a chance to finally give Delphox and Chestnut some love. Some more new Mega Evolutions, some more new alternate forms. The Game Freak from back then in X and Y is not the same Game Freak from now. And so I don't know, I just feel like I can't help but feel excited because I feel like I'm in my element. I know so much about X and Y. I did so much like lore, I guess, research, and then also just kind of like just going in and consuming X and Y content in the past. And then obviously I love Legends, so this feels like the perfect mix of, like, you know, my things. And it's so weird that, like, you know, for the first time in a long time, it feels like I'm the oddball out being excited for this game. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird. It's so weird to me. And so unfortunately, despite, you know, the upcoming dry spells, because unfortunately, I hope you all are not expecting a lot of news regarding this game, because apparently through all the leakers and rumor guys, they're saying it's going to be quiet for a long time. We'll probably get gameplay on the Switch 2 announcement or reveal, but that's pretty much it. Like, it's gonna be a quiet year for us in Pokemon Land. And so videos like these and a couple of the researching, or I guess like lore, speculation, theory videos are gonna, like, you know, have to be kept here. And obviously not as frequent as they are, because there will be times where, like, it's gonna be a little bit, you know, a little bit dry for a while, but that's okay, you know? And I mean, who knows? Maybe one of these leakers might come out and just drop the plot of the game. You never know. But I'm excited for this game. I'm excited for this journey that we're about to go on. I'm excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It's just so weird. I just wanted to get this off. I don't know why. I literally woke up this morning and was like, yo, let's try this. Let's try this out. But I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Are you guys excited for the game? Were you not excited for the game, but now you are? What did you not like about Legends Arceus? What do you hope they improve in Legends ZA? Let me know everything, like every single thing, you know? And with that being said, I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye, love you guys.